Hi Dream Achievers, I'm going to make this video for you today to help you with party procedure training. So there's actually 7 parts to a party, and I have some notes here. The 7 parts, we won't cover them all in this video. I'll probably break it down into 2 or 3 segments, but just in case you're taking notes, because it's always a good idea to take notes, we're going to start at the beginning, and we're going to go through the 7 parts of the party, whether it's all on this video or over a couple of different videos. So the first part of your party procedure is your arrival. That's the arrival and the setup. That will be part 1. Then part 2 is going to be the pre-opening. Part 3 will be the opening. And then part 4 is the body. Part 5 is the group table close. Part 6 is the individual consultation. And part 7 is the hostess wrap-up. Okay, quick overview over these sections. Part 1 is the arrival and the setup, and that's what you do when you walk in the door and everything you do with the hostess in getting all your supplies set up and in place. Part 2 is a pre-opening, and that's what you do when all the guests are arriving. That's a little bit of craziness and chaos when everybody's arriving, walking in the door, getting everybody settled, getting all the information you need from the guests, and getting everything set so that the party can begin. All that's called the pre-opening. Part 3, the opening, is when you are speaking at the table. They're all seated, they're all in their place, the party has started, but nobody has touched the products yet. Okay, the part 4, the body, is when they're leading them through the actual presentation of the products, when they're actually putting products on their face. Then part 5 is the group table close, and that's what you say, that's what you do. That's a highly organized, orchestrated, rehearsed presentation at the end after they've finished their face, presenting the products, the prices, how they come, how they can get them, how much they cost, all of that. And then you transition into part 6, individual consultations. That's away from the table, and that's what you do with each person, how to work full circle, to sell the sets, book the future appointment, book the career chat. And then lastly, part 7 is the hostess wrap-up, how you settle with her, show her the results of the party, calculate her hostess credit, how to document all that on a sales ticket, then help her shop, and then collect her payment for the balance of what she owes you beyond the hostess credit that you're giving her, and how to take that off. So let's begin. And first of all, I've got my table set up. We're not going to go over in detail what's happening here with the table, because I've already taught you that, I believe, yes, I did, in my video of how to set up for a party and how to pack your bags. But let's just look at it real quick. This is my table. Of course, when I stand up, I'm going to cut off my head. So I'm going to just kind of pivot my screen right here. I've got it set up for 3 stations at the table. You'll see the tray is pushed back a bit, and because the first thing your guests are going to do when they sit down is fill out the profile card. There's a little placemat right here that is under the setting and is white. They're just regular placemats, final placemats I cut in half because they were too big, and I can carry them in my starter kit bag. Here's an ink pen for her to fill out her profile card. There's a little tray map in here showing her what products are going to be used in what order. What's not in the tray is the clear insert. I do not have the clear insert in because I'm going to keep that with me, fill it, and once it's all filled, then drop it in her slot right here so she can sit down at her station, but this piece is not there, okay? Then besides the 3 stations that you see, I also have a display. I have elevated my Miracle set in prominence. It's on its own little pedestal. You can find any kind of little cute pedestals, probably at Hobby Lobby or at Michael's craft store. This is just hard cardboard. It disassembles in 3 pieces, the 2 legs, and then the top flat piece. You could wrap a box, a Mary Kay product box, in pretty paper and then just set everything on top of the box. That would be a great way of displaying as well. But I've got my Miracle set here because that is the focus of the party, absolutely. And then I've just got, I cut it out on a piece, I printed on a piece of paper, the Good Housekeeping seal. I love to show that. And so I just blew it up big and the size of a piece of paper, printed it out, and then cut it out as oval from the internet. And then I've got my Microdermabrasion Plus right here, and I have my firming eye cream, and this all makes the Ultimate Miracle Set. I'm reaching over these items. I'm going to move things around after I get going. I just want to show you what's here on my table. I also have, I like to show the Skin Fit Great brush. I talk about that. It's featured prominently in our beauty book. And so I like to show that and make sure they understand and know about it, because I sell them, because they see them and know them and fall in love with it. Okay, and then I've got a ticket bag for with the little game I play with tickets. I just got a little paper bag that I'll drop tickets in it as we play the games at the party. And I have the prize that the guests can win for the ticket drawing at the end. So that's here on the table as well. And I'm just going to put this over here for the moment. And then what I have also beside me up here, you can't see me, there we go. If this were my party table, of course, I have with me my roll-up bag. There it is, you see it. And of course, there's not a lot in it because I don't take a lot to my parties anymore. It's so simple. Love the simple system. Okay, so you see the top pocket is what's left in my Miracle Set, because I have a full Miracle Set here. And there's a couple more, the other cleanser and moisturizer right here. This is where the eye cream and the microdermabrasion set came from to make the Ultimate Miracle Set, plus the brush. And then down here I have all of my CC creams. So, because I'm doing CC cream at the party. And what I will do once I get my table set up, when the guests come in and arrive, I have either pre-profiled them and know what skin type they have, or if they've surprised me or they didn't respond to me and it's somebody I don't know about, I'll just ask her when she sits down at the table, what kind of skin do you have? And not wait for her to fill out the profile card, and then I'll start filling this tray, working right off of my display, just pulling these, one formula here, and if I need the other two formulas, pull them out of the roll-up bag. And then I will work with, I can look at her and know she's one of two colors of CC cream. CC cream is so simple. And so she's either going to be, I mean, the most you could guess at are 3 shades. But she's either going to be, you know, the very light to medium, or the light to medium or medium to deep, or the medium to deep, or the deep to very deep. It's going to be very simple. So you won't have a lot of product out, and then once you find out her shade, you'll put it in the tray with other formulas, and then you'll drop the tray over into her mirror and tray setup. So I'm going to remove those, and then these will all have one out that I can leave on display, and then the others will go back here in my roll-up bag. Okay, so now that you've seen that, the other things that I have out for my party when I'm setting up, I'll go ahead and pull out and have available a beauty book for each guest coming to the party. So if there are 3 around the table, I have 1 for me. So there's the 4. If they don't go at the stations where they sit, I hand them out when it's time to look at them. Otherwise, they've already handled them and set them aside or put them in the purse. And I want them to all look at it when I'm instructing them to look at it. And then I also have, I printed up, and I can share these with you, some Glow and Tell postcards that tell about how to be a Glow and Tell model. I'm looking for skincare customers. I am all about skincare. Skin is in, and my business is totally focused on new skincare customers. And so I want them to be romanced into being a model for me and the Glow and Tell model. So this is just an extra card that promotes that. I just have a few laying out on the table that they can take it. If they want to be a model, they can take one home with them. It tells them actually what they can actually put on the internet and what they can say about their picture when they post it on Facebook and Instagram. And so it just says Glow and Tell. There's the 4 skincare types. And then these are the simple steps. Steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. The last step, number 4, is I give them a little gift of some kind of discount or half price on something when they're a model for me. So I have those out. And we've already talked about drawing bag. We've already talked about prize for the drawing bag. And then I also have out my set sheets. So I've got 1 per person and 1 for me. They're upside down on the table because I'm going to use them at the end, but I don't have to turn around and reach and grab for them. So let's talk about your agenda. You've walked in and you're setting up, and this is your table. This is your table display, and I don't have a lot of other stuff out. I try to keep the table very simple, not a lot of clutter, absolutely not a lot, because simple means easier to function and think and make decisions. If it's too cluttered, it's too confusing, and a confused mind does nothing. So we've talked about the arrival. When you're setting up, you prepare your workstation. The workstation is finding a place for your roll-up bag and for your CC creams. If there had been another surface, like a kitchen counter, then I would set everything up on the kitchen counter. And that way it's just simple to work and have my CC creams behind me. But otherwise, I might have to work at the end of my table right here, but then I'm going to pull all my demos off after I've opened up everything and used it and filled the trays. I'm going to try to make the table very minimalist again, okay? And then I'm going to, then when the guest arrives, that's my setup. And along the way during my setup, my arrival time, I'm also asking the hostess, where can I set up my individual consultation area? And that's where I'll take my roll-up, that's where I'll take this bag. I've got my starter kit bag. The things that I pull out, I've already done this on a video, so I'm not going to go through this, but I'll pull out for any other things I need to set up. I'll pull this bag out and keep it with me by the party table. And then this empty bag has in it my date book, my money bag, anything, brochures, hostess packets. This bag will, and little gift bags for all my guests. So this bag will now go to my individual consultation area, and that sets me up over there. I also talked to the hostess about her refreshments, and don't want any refreshments on the table. And they could all have a bottle of water, perhaps, if they wanted to, on the table at their station. Otherwise, all the snacks are going to stay in the kitchen, and then she can bring them over to the table once we're done with the party presentation. Okay, so let's talk then about, we've talked about the arrival and the setup. The pre-opening. The pre-opening is when everybody's arriving, and there are several things that need to happen all at once, not in any particular order, but there are three things that need to happen, possibly four. You need to be matching the foundation. We call it striping, to put a stripe on their face, but you need to match the CC cream. And so that's my first priority. I mean, if she's working on a profile card, I don't wait for her to finish it. I'll interrupt her and just say, can I just borrow your cheek for a moment and you can get back to that? And the priority of that profile card, you want more than anything, her name, address, email address, cell phone number. You want that filled out first, and then you want the questions down the left side. And then you always take a moment to look at it and make sure you can read her handwriting. And I even confirm, is this your correct phone number? And I read it out to her, and I make corrections, or I adjust it. If I can't read her handwriting, I'll make a note, say, oh, let me make sure I have that correct. And then I will double check and read out her email address and read out her address to her to make sure I can, because if I get home and I can't, process that, then her records are wrong in my system. Okay, so she's filled out the profile card. We're doing the stripe test. That's important to match the color for the CC cream. And then I'm finishing the trays. I don't fill the tray. Sometimes I'll fill the tray, the clear insert tray. As soon as I arrive, if we're very confident everybody's on their way, the hostess has said, oh yeah, they're on their way, I've just talked to them, I will go ahead and start filling trays as I know their formulas. If there are people who are a mystery and there's really no idea if they're coming or not, then I'll wait and not fill their tray until they arrive. But the more you can do before others arrive, the better off you are, the quicker the party goes. And everything that I'm talking about and sharing with you today on this procedure training is about quick and simple. Because the simpler the party is, the quicker it is, the less there is to do, the easier it is to get results and have a new appointment to go to reschedule them. So it's all about a whole process of thinking here. Okay, so we talked about we are doing the stripe test to get their foundation shade match, and you do write it on the profile card somewhere. I might tell her write LM, light medium, write VL, very light on the profile card, and just, in a blank spot or across the top. You want to make sure you have that recorded. And then, so they're striping, they're filling out the profile card, and you're filling that little insert to put the tray in front of her with her products. And then lastly, depending on if there's time, or if you need a filler because you're waiting for somebody to arrive and they're just down the street around the corner at the traffic light, and you don't want to start without them, if you just need a little bit more tightening up, you don't want them to start wandering through the house, you don't want to lose them. So I will pull out of my pocket in my beauty coat satin lips. And I will do satin lips for them. I don't do it every time. It's not on the agenda. It's not on my set sheet as an item to sell. But if I need a filler and I need to keep them moving or keep them engaged with me, otherwise, if I'm really mincing time and they're on time and it's time to start and they're waiting on me, I skip satin lips. It's in my pocket, not out on display, so they don't know they've missed it, and I've chosen not to use it if it doesn't suit me well in the system to do it that time. Okay, so there you go. That was our pre-opening. So we've covered our arrival and setup, and we've covered our pre-opening. So now we're going to do part 3, which is the opening. Okay, the opening, and I'm sitting right now so you can see me, so I'm not, my head is not cut off in the video. If I were working one-on-one with someone, I would sit with them. But if I had a group, I would stand. If I had 3 at the table, I'm definitely going to stand the entire time. So my notes would be in front of me on my table. I'm just going to kind of show you what it looks like here from the head down. There we go. There we go. And I would have my notes in front of me, and they would be seated, and I would work in this capacity. So this is how I would function if I had a group. But but for the purpose of the video, I'm sitting just to be able to look at you and you look at me. Okay, so when the party opens and you're at the opening, first thing I'm going to do is honor my hostess and compliment her. That's first priority. I'm going to introduce myself, introduce the hostess, and I'm going to ask everybody to go around the table and tell us how you know the hostess and what you love about her. Tell us something you love about her. You want your hostess to be hugged with your words, hugged with her friends' words. You want her to just feel like a queen and feel honored and precious and special. And their words of affirmation will go a long way. So you want to build that environment of joy and love and harmony and friendship and affirming her. Very, very important. At that time, I would pull out of my pocket, or I would have nearby in my workstation behind me, and have a little present, a little bag with a little gift, and I would present that to my hostess. And she would open it right in front of everybody, and everybody go, ooh, wow, wonderful, oh, I love it. And that's to show how much I appreciate her. Okay, so after we've done that, I'm going to let everybody know that the party today has 3 parts. There's 3 parts to our party today. We know women are busy, but we know how much they need pampering, they need social time. So it's going to go fast. It's going to be so much fun, but this is what you're going to expect. First, the number 1 is I'm going to give you some introductory information about Mary Kay. Who are we? Who are we today? A little bit about our products and about our company history and heritage and what makes our company unique, and how we are socially and environmentally responsible, and about the good work our company is doing. I'm going to share information with you about the company. That's number 1. Number 2 is you're going to try our fabulous skincare. We're going to go through and you're going to try on everything on the tray. You'll see little wells. You have wells 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on your tray, plus a couple extra wells in the corner filled on your tray. You're going to try all those yummy, yummy products, and we're going to put foundation on. And your skin is going to be very, very happy. So that's our second step. For the purpose of this party today, to keep it short, and so because I know you're all very busy, we are not taking off your eye makeup today. So whatever eyeshadow you came in with, whatever eyeliner, whatever mascara you walked in with today, you'll go home in your same eye products. And eyebrows as well. You can wash your forehead, and you can wash your face, your nose, chin, and all of that. And we'll take off your lipstick too. And but we're going to wash your face except for the eye area. And that's very important. You never want to take off a woman's eye makeup and not put it back on, particularly if she doesn't like to go out without it. So by leaving on what she walked in with, she was fine to arrive with what she came in with, whether it was none, a little, or a lot. And you're going to send her back out the door with none, a little, or a lot, and she'll be just fine. But she's going to fall in love with her skincare, and that's what our focus is. So I've let her know introductory information about our company is the first thing we're doing. Number 2 is we're going to try our fabulous skincare that we are famous for. It's all on the tray. We're going to use all of that. And number 3, you each get individual time with me at the end. That's my favorite part. Hand over the heart. My favorite part. This is my favorite part, individual time with each of you, because I know you'll have questions. Each woman has specific needs, different needs from everybody else at the table. Your skin is different from other women's skin. And so I'll be able to answer your questions, make some recommendations for you. You can shop, you can book another appointment, and you know, we can just go over your needs and interests. And I have a little treat for you too, a thank you gift for coming today, because you honor your hostess with your attendance today. So those are the 3 things. I hope you wrote those down. The 3 things that we're going to be doing today at the party. That gives structure, gives them comfort, helps them know what to expect, helps them be on board, you know, buying all in with you. This is what we're doing. Everybody's understanding. Okay. And then after that, I'll let them know we're going to play a couple party games, because what's a party without a game? What's a little bit of fun? And that's where I introduce my party game, which is I have in my pocket some tickets. I have tickets, and I'm going to give out tickets at my party. And what I want to do is I want them to hear me say second facial over and over and over again. And every time I say the word second facial, if they're the first to say, Mary Kay, when they hear that, then I give them a ticket. And my goal is to say it 7 times. You could actually go ahead and pull, you could actually go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could go ahead and tear off a strip of 7 and just lay them across the table right here. And that way, and you could even preload the bag, tear them, they're the same, you know, same number on both sides. You could tear them down the middle and then tear and leave one strip here, another strip, go ahead and load your bag because you're going to say second facial 7 times. And having the tickets in front of you will help you to continue to give out those tickets by saying second facial. And that can make the party go a little quicker and can kind of keep you on track. Otherwise, you can keep them in your pocket like I do. And either way is fine. Either way is fine. Sorry, I dropped my paper. Okay. And I go ahead and explain to them the power of who we are, Mary Kay. Not only do you get to try before you buy, no guilt purchases allowed, but the whole point is that you need to try things on and see if they work for you. How will you ever know if this bottle of product works for you if you don't actually get to put it on? And the fun thing about Mary Kay, the best thing, and why we're unique in the marketplace, is that we have somebody who cares about you. I care about you. I care about your skin, and I follow up with you. And so you get a follow-up facial. And that's why I want you to be the first to say Mary Kay and raise your hand when you hear me say follow-up facial, because I'm going to explain to you the benefits of that. And because it's one of our free services. You know, I'm free. I come with the product. Now, don't come over every morning at 7 in the morning and help you put your face on, but I come with the product. I have the product knowledge, and I know how to make recommendations and help do troubleshooting. And my services are free. And I'm well trained in my product and in how our products work with skin types. And I want you to get the best results in the world. Your face is my future. Your face is my advertisement. I want you to look gorgeous. And therefore, I follow up with a second facial, and you get a second facial. And so I just start getting them in the habit of hearing my second facial, the follow-up facial. I do a follow-up facial with you, a second facial. You get a checkup in a couple of weeks to make sure you're doing okay. So every time you hear me mention any of these words, checkup facial, follow-up facial, update facial, second appointment, you be the first say Mary Kay and you'll get a ticket. And I'm going to say it throughout the party, but it starts getting them, they start to get really into it and getting really excited, and they start competing for the tickets. So it makes it fun, and that gives me permission in my head to say the words I need to say for them to hear, because they get tickets for that. Okay, so after I mention that we have introduced me and thanked the hostess, given the hostess her gift, told everybody about there's 3 parts to the party today, and then there's a party game, and second facial, you'll get tickets. And by the way, when we have our ticket drawing today, somebody's going to come with this gift, and it's wonderful. You're all going to want it. And so make sure you get your tickets from playing our game. And so I could draw your ticket. You're the winner, and then you're going to love this. You'll be so excited you came today, and you're the winner. So really make them excited about winning the prize. And then I'm going to, of course, tell them that our hostess today gets hostess credit and how this works. Tell them a little bit about the fact that today our hostess is getting free product based upon the success of the party. So the fact that you're here is wonderful. Thank you. And if you'd like to shop today, you can take it home today. I have things with me in my trunk of my car, and no guilt purchases allowed. But if you fall in love with our product, and I know you will, you can't get it at the big box, big mega store or the boutique store or the salon or the spa. You can only get Mary Kay through a beauty consultant. So if there's things you like, then you can shop at the end of the party. And I take Visa, MasterCard, check to cash, and you're going to find that our products are competitively priced, less than the department store. And you'll love the fact that they come with a 100% guarantee. So I'm just setting them up to understand that they can shop at the party to help the hostess get free product, because she'll get a credit based upon the purchases today. So shop till you drop. You can buy it all. We give you permission. If you love it all, take it all home. It will help your hostess get more for free. And then you can also, just like we mentioned earlier about your second facial, and give the ticket, because somebody's going to go Mary Kay. Once you do that, say in that second facial, of course, is because you can share it with some friends. And when you share it with a few friends, then you get free product as well. So best deal going. I mean, what other brand gives you free makeup when you have your friends come along and try the product too? So you really romance that hostess program, really, really romance it. And then lastly, in the opening, I also want to give my company information. I want to go ahead and talk about a little bit about the good work the company is doing, a little bit about our history. So those words all come next. And I will give you that information possibly on another video where I just cover that. But we're just going through the procedure, start to finish, to know where things come. So we won't cover that in detail in the moment. Okay, so we've covered part 1, arrival and setup. Part 2, the pre-opening. Part 3, the opening. And now part 4 is the body. Okay, the body is when you're actually demonstrating the product. And the body for me starts with passing out the lookbooks. Because now that I've gotten all that information out, we're all friends, they all know what to expect, and they're ready to start using the product, we're going to open up and we're going to go through the beauty book. And of course, this video, the beauty book could update at any time. So if the pages don't look like these pages when you are watching this video, just know that this is a quick update that the company's made on the beauty books. It's okay. But just, Mary Kay, the company, who is she? How is our company socially and environmentally responsible with our charitable foundation as well? And then you can be a glow and tell model. You could be a model on Facebook and Instagram for me. I romance that. I'd love for them to do that. And then the 3 age ranges, or signs of skin aging, the 3 different times of life, early aging, moderate aging, and advanced aging, and the age brackets there, and what's happening biologically with your skin in these different age brackets. And our skincare is 100% guaranteed to work for you, and you will love it or you won't keep it. And then we turn the page again and we talk about, first of all, the brush. And sometimes I just say, just keep your book folded in half like this and we'll just flip it, makes it easier. And we talk about the brush and the powerful benefits, the statistics right here about how awesome the brush is. And then I have it and I show it and romance it. And then about there's their advanced aging line for Voluform, and then we're going to cover the Miracle Set. We go through this, we talk a little bit about the Miracle Set, and then I show them that in case it might suit them, there is another line as well. We won't be trying it today, but keep your ears open because in your individual consultation, we may discuss these as options for you as well. So perhaps you'll be the Voluform girl, or you'll be the Clearproof girl, or the Botanical girl. But for today's purposes, we are going to park right here, and this is the skincare line we're going to do today. So you see the products photographed here. You can turn the book page back and set this down right in front of you because we're going to cover all this information and meet these products up close and personal and put them on your face right now. Are you excited? So that's where I go with this book. Keeps us all on task. And they've looked ahead, they've seen some other things, other skincare lines, and they know we're going to go through the whole book together. So, and it won't get them off track because there's not a whole lot in here, a lot of eye candy. It really focuses all on skincare. So they put this book in front of them. We've moved the profile out of the way. The book is nearby so they can keep reading about it and seeing the benefits and learning about the product. And then I feature and I start talking about and I start handling, okay, so our first step is your cleanser. We talk about, before we actually use the whole system, about the system as a whole because it's so important to use a system. And we go over some of that and about the 11 benefits of the Miracle Set. Mary Kay has great words on the product fact sheet printed out off of In Touch under Product Central. The PDF fact sheet on the whole Miracle Set. It says on there 11 skin loving benefits, 19 patents, millions of users worldwide. Powerful skincare. So I love to use Mary Kay's words and promote the product. And I know that I'm saying things the legal department and the marketing department have been together on, and then we know that these are the words that actually represent the product and are backed by the company claims. So here we go. We go through the Miracle Set, and seems like I wanted to tell you something else about that. Oh, washcloths, because now it's time to wash your face. They're getting the cleanser on. Oh, that's one thing I don't have set out. By every person's seat, excuse me for ducking, there's also a little water bottle. It's a little water bottle and I didn't set it out from display. So everybody will have a little water bottle by their mirror tray. I've got 6 of them with me in my kit. And this one's pretty full. I usually keep them pretty low with just a little bit of water so they're not as heavy when you carry 6 of them. But they go ahead and spread their fingertips, they wet their face, and they go ahead and start working with their cleanser. And then I give them a hot washcloth. Now, in my other video, I showed you how I carry the disposable cloths, but let me share with you, because I'm in the field and I'm always holding parties. I just did 3 parties in a week last week, did a mother-daughter facial this morning, and I'm out in the field doing appointments. And so what I have gone to is I carry a soft-sided lunchbox, and in it I have a Ziploc bag full of washcloths. And they're gosh, let's see, let me hold it still so you can see it. So they're kind of folded up and they look like this. They're folded up and they would be wet because right before I leave my house, I would wet them all, squeeze them out, and have them folded like this. And inside this Ziploc, I would wet them, wring them out, have them stacked like this, set them in the microwave, no bag, in the microwave them for like 5 minutes and get them steaming, scorching hot. And then I would get them in the bag, get them in the bag, Ziploc the bag together, and keep the heat, keep the moisture in. And then once I have the sealed bag, there we go, I have my bag sealed. Then I drop them down in and out I go. It's the last thing I do. My car is already loaded. I'm on my way out the door. Then when I get to the party and it's time to wash their face, I just will unzip my bag. I don't even pull the bag out, and I start reaching in. I start handing out hot washcloths. And they're not hot anymore. They're very, very warm, but they're not scorching hot. And I can't tell you the ease that this makes and the time it saves and how that party just keeps moving because I'm handing out washcloths. And I usually take 10. If I have 4 girls, I could take 8, but usually I just, 10 washcloths. And if they need an extra one, it needs another wipe, give them another one. It's so simple. Then when I collect them at the end, I just put them back in this bag on top of the clean ones. They all go home. They all get a bath because they were all wet, and I just wash them. So I hope that helps you. I love my system of a little lunchbox, soft-sided lunchbox, and having instant washcloths already wet with me. It really makes a big difference for my parties. I love that system. Okay, and then let's see. I know I've got some time under my belt here. Probably need to end this really quickly, and then we'll start another video. But we've already talked about the Miracle Set, already given the features and the benefits, started washing their face. We go right through 1, 2, 3, 4 on their tray. 1's on their face, 2 is on their face, 3 is on an elbow, night solution, and on their throat. They can work with it. There's a little puddle. They can try it here and here, and at the end they can try both elbows and see which one feels better. The one has the night solution on it, and then the moisturizer. So those 4 go bang, 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 all in a row because they're all featured here. If you don't demonstrate the night solution, they sometimes think they don't need it because they didn't try it. So I always have them try it. They just know that's a night product and it's not on their face right now because they're not going to bed right now. But I want them to try it and be sold on it. So I go right through 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not interrupt the Miracle Set with microdermabrasion because I want them to buy a Miracle Set. And I want them to use it as a set and right through. And I always show them, this is how I do this. Let's see if I can do it on the video. I show them in the when I'm displaying the product and talking about it, I will show them that it is 3 steps. Okay, can you see that? And it actually says it in the book right here. It says there's a 1, 2, 3. You see the 4 products, but there's a 1, 2, 3. And that's because it's 4 products, but you only have 3 steps to use morning and night. I thought that might happen. So on my little wiggly card table here. Okay, so what I say to them is that you use a cleanser in the morning and a pump and a moisturizer. 3 things. At nighttime, use your cleanser and a pump and a moisturizer. The 2 that are smaller in the middle are 1 each a day, and the 2 on the outside are bigger because you use each of them twice a day. So, and then I just want to know the little guys right here are their vitamins and their minerals, antioxidants, the powerful chemistry, the powerful anti-aging products that really make the Miracle Set miraculous. They want to use all of it as a system, and it's very, very simple. So I go right through it, tight and quick, and using it, and then we will go to microdermabrasion on the back of the hand. With the water bottle, it's so easy because you have them spritz the back of their hand, pick up the microdermabrasion refined product, scrub their hand for a minute, pick up their washcloths that they used for their face. It doesn't have to be warm. They just use it to wipe and get that off. And then they use the pore minimizer behind it, and then they compare hands. And they're amazed at how much better one is over the other. That's another reason why I don't use the satin hands at a party. If they have a satin hands treatment, both hands are as happy and soft, but when they have the hands they come in with, and we do microdermabrasion and pore minimizer on one but not the other, there's a greater difference between the 2. And so that's why I don't, and I'd rather not have a satin hand set sale. I'd rather have a microdermabrasion sale. I'd rather have a Miracle Set sale. I'd rather them buy for their face and not for their hands. So that's why I don't do the satin hands. If I'm going to pamper them, I'll do satin lips. Okay, so, woo, are you having a tough time keeping up? I know I talk fast. Okay, so we're going to finish out the body, and then I'm going to start a new video for the group table close, individual consultations, and the hostess wrap-up. Okay, after I do the miracle set, I do a mini close on the miracle set, because that is the anchor. That is the main feature of this whole party. This little pedestal right here is what I want everybody to go home with. I want them to think their face is going to fall off without it. And so I close that. I'm powerful with that. I just talk about it and just get them sold on. They look at their tray, they recount their numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. We talk about it again and review everything they've done, and then we'll do microdermabrasion on the back of the hand, and we'll do eye cream, and then we'll also do the CC cream on their face. Many times I've jumped right to CC cream, and then I think, oh, well, now let's put your eye cream on, and it works fine. So if you skip over the eye cream and you go right from miracle set to CC cream, it's fine to go, okay, let's do micro on the back of your hand, and let's do firming eye cream, and just take the firming eye cream and pat it on. It just goes on right over the foundation. It's fine. So either way, it doesn't matter if it goes on before or after firming eye cream. It'll be fine to demonstrate it over the CC cream. So after that, I mean, that's it. We're done. We are done. We've done their entire skincare and their foundation, and I saved the professional foundation match with foundation products, mineral or the liquid, for their second facial. So once we've completed this part, now we're ready to do the final part of the body. We got their face all done. So now we're going to play a game. We're going to play our second party game. They've been getting their tickets by saying Mary Kay when I've mentioned their second facial, their checkup facial, their follow-up appointment, share that second facial with a few friends. When they've heard me, I've been giving out tickets. And now I can say my transition is, okay, gang, we just finished your complexion. We're going to give your skin just a moment to rest, and then we're going to look again at the foundation shade and make sure everything looks lovely and feels great. So we're going to give your face just a 2-minute break, and we're going to play another party game. How many tickets do you have? And they're counting. I've got 1. I don't have any. I've got 4 tickets. Great. Who wants more tickets? Who wants more tickets? Okay, when you raise your hand, they raise their hand. And so this is, if you're excited, I mean, you're excited because they have a chance to get more tickets, because this is the best prize. They really, really, really want to win this prize. So you're excited to give them another opportunity, and they're going to want to do this to get more tickets. And so I'll say, well, we're going to play another game to get more tickets. So first of all, we must take a moment. Girls, how many of you think our hostess is fabulous tonight? Hasn't she been fabulous? Oh, fabulous. Let's give her a round of applause. Yay. And don't you think your face feels fabulous so far? You do, don't you? Isn't it great? Well, we're going to check it in just a moment. But I tell you what, if you feel like you've had fun tonight, and if you feel like you've had a lot of fun and you've enjoyed trying our products, then the highest compliment that you can pay me, the highest compliment, is that you referred me to some of your friends. If you would refer me to some of your friends, I would be forever thankful. You know, the only way I grow my business is through private appointments. And one woman happily endorsing me and referring me to someone else. I don't hire billboards. I don't advertise in the phone book. Literally, it's one woman sharing with another how much she enjoys my services and my Mary Kay products. And so if you've had fun tonight, then if you would refer me to your friends, I'd be forever grateful. That would be the highest compliment you could pay me. Okay, so let's play a game. So we'll give you a chance to do that right now. Let's take your profile cards. Everybody turn over. And so this is going to be your opportunity to think of those wonderful friends you have who might or might not want a facial. But you can't speak for them. How will a woman ever know that she could try Mary Kay products if no one ever offers her a free facial? So this does not obligate your friends to a makeover, okay? And it doesn't obligate me to reach out to them, because I'm not going to call them. I only will text women as I have openings in my calendar. It is just to say, hey, I am Susie's Mary Kay consultant. Didn't know if you happen to have one, or if you'd like a makeover. Would love to treat you to one. Save my number. So I'm just going to reach out with a courtesy, just saying, hey, I'm work with you, and she thought you might or might not. She wasn't sure if you'd like to try Mary Kay, so here's an opportunity. So what you're going to do is you have 7 spots right here. Everybody take out your phone, because nobody remembers phone numbers anymore, and we're going to have a fun little race. And I want you to write down the names and the cell numbers for a text for the girls that you think, oh, she might enjoy facial. Oh, she loves makeup. Oh, she's a lot of fun. Oh, she loves to gather with friends. Just think of the women in your life you'd love to bless with the opportunity to maybe have a facial. Again, it doesn't obligate her and doesn't obligate me, but you're going to get 1 ticket per name, and you can fill these 7, and you can also go down in this pink area right here. And the one who gets to 7 first gets 5 extra tickets. All right, on your mark, get set, go. And while they're going and they're writing, you can be collecting up the washcloths by dropping the dirty ones back in here, because you're done with them now. They've handled all the product. So you're collecting the washcloths, and you're just cleaning up a little bit. You're collecting your water bottles and putting those away and just straightening up. You're also collecting the clear tray. What I love about these inserts, what I love about these inserts, that was the ink pen. What I love about inserts is that it tells you what was in each well. So even after the clear insert is gone, they can read and see what they used. If you don't have these inserts, you can let me know and I can make sure you get some, okay? But you don't have to leave the tray there, because they can read what was on the tray, so the tray was clear, and they can review and see again what all they use. So I love that. So I take the clear trays, I take the washcloths, I take the water bottles, I'm cleaning up, tidying up, putting my stuff away while they are doing the face race. And then I'm keeping a watch, and I'll give extra 5 tickets, the first one to hit 7, and I'll say, keep going, because they're not all done yet. And I may get more than 7 referrals out of some of the girls. This is not about writing out 20 or 30 names. I mean, some audiences, they might really get excited about that. And if they all want to do that, keep them going on the back of the profile card. But this is about, I would love 5 to 6 to 7 quality referrals from each woman. I feel very successful if I walked out with 5, 6, or 7 quality referrals from each gal, because this could be her guest list for her party. Absolutely. Okay, so it looks like, let me just review. Okay, and then after we finish and give everybody their tickets, then we're going to draw for the prize. So after we play the name game, we're going to draw for the prize, present the gift, take a picture, and when I take a picture with her getting the prize, I'm also going to take a picture of the group, because they all have their skincare back on. They've all got their happy face on, because they're all done now. Try to take a few pictures for Facebook purposes, to post all in, hashtag all in. And so I'm going to present that. And so the next step is going to be, after the body, is going to be part number 5. No, excuse me. Part number 5, yeah, the group table closed. But I'm going to stop the video now and we'll make a part 2, okay? So thank you for hanging with me as we go over party procedure. We're almost done, and we'll start in the next video here in just a moment.